NinNinDays.
Hi everyone, this is audap. Let's continue our game of NinNinDays on Nintendo Switch. Oh, nothing's changed with me. Still, I can't lie that the fatigue has been accumulating. Providing for 2 people is certainly a 7 days a week job. I'm still young, so I don't think I'll collapse from overwork, but if it's showing in my face, it must be kind of serious. Sumire is actually worried about me. I can't help thinking how happy that makes me. But who would have thought my fatigue would affect even my cooking? The fact that Sumire noticed proves to me that she's not normal. It must be the observant eyes of a ninja. Looking down at my hand, I notice my cup is gone. I dropped it while spacing out a moment ago. Huh? The contents of my fallen cup are spreading out across the table. My bad. Use these tissues. I grab a few tissues from a small pack and then hand the rest to Sumire. She takes out a few and starts to briskly wipe the table. No, I'm fine. Am I causing her to needlessly worry? If so, maybe I should just be upfront and talk to her about it. Wait, I may not be aware of it, but could this affect her duties in becoming a proper ninja? Sumire left her village to train after all. If I put her in a panic and it interferes with her training, I'd feel terrible. Well, I'll keep my mouth shut. If I explain my situation to Sumire, she may feel responsible. Huh? Why'd she bring up cosplayers, I think? Then I see her pointing to an advertisement that's been stuck inside my pack of tissues. No, that's just a help wanted ad for a maid cafe. When you go downtown, you always see those girls in frilly dresses trying to solicit customers, right? They're looking for girls like that. They're not looking for real masters. That's just what they call their customers. No way, Sumire. Not so different. It's completely different. A ninja and a cosplay maid. I cannot think of a single thing they have in common. Oh, it's just a service. It's not like those girls are actually servants. It's not even their duty. Hang on a second here. If you think about it, the relationship between Sumire and I is pretty weird. Basically, I'm living together with some mysterious girl. Plus, Sumire is not actually in my service. She's no servant who will do whatever I command. Maybe you do have something in common. Well, maids aren't always as flashy as this. Normally they're dressed more modestly. Yeah, maids don't so do that. Or maids don't so that? What? Okay, well, whatever. How unsettling. That's just rude to all the wholesale maids working out there. When it comes down to it, martial arts is more your thing, Sumire. That wasn't a compliment. So you're saying espionage is a normal activity for you?
私はまだ半人前だし。
A half ninja, huh? Uh-oh, almost time for work. Glancing at my wall clock, I realize I've got to leave or I won't make it into town in time. That's enough talk for now. We can discuss the maid thing later, Sumire.
うん、それはいいけど、まだお椀にお米が残ってるよ。ちゃんと朝ごはん食べないと倒れちゃうよ。ただでさえ顔色が悪いんだし。
I said I'm fine. I don't eat that much anyway. A complete lie, of course. I may not eat as much as Sumire, but I used to eat as much as the average adult male. Now my stomach goes over capacity from nothing but a single bowl of rice. Huh? You're not getting a second helping either.
そう？私、いつもそんなにおかわりしてる？
Well, more than today at least. Whatever, I'm leaving for work. Thanks in advance for the housework.
うん。主様、無理はしないでね。
Feeling guilty about Sumire, who is nodding her head in worry, I head towards work. A few days later, and I'm still in a never-ending cycle of work. Luckily, I was able to leave work early because my schedule overlapped with another staff member. I had taken consecutive shifts, so the store manager suggested I take off early and rest. I decided to accept his generous offer. On the way home, I inspect a flyer I received from my boss. The flyer is for a maid cafe. Coincidentally, the very same one I'd been talking to Sumire about the other day. My boss mentioned he's a regular here, didn't he? Apparently he goes every week and always has the latest info via some social network. I'm a bit surprised that this is a pastime of his. According to my boss, one of the new maids here is ridiculously cute. He couldn't stop talking about how cute she is. Well, I wonder. I'd asked him to show me a picture to prove it, but he flat out refused, insisting I go see her in person. I'm not into maid cafes at all, but I can't help but wonder about how cute this new maid really is. Did he let me off early so I could check out the maid cafe? I recall the excitement written on my boss's face and start to think my intuition is correct. You'll be an instant fan from the first moment. You won't be able to resist, and so on and so on. Getting flowers from the cafe to solicit his employees in itself is a little intense. It was one of those flyers that I'd received. It includes an entry ticket and a coupon for one free drink. Do I really enjoy being called Master so much? My current roommate is doing the exact same thing, calling me Master. There's no doubt Sumire would look super cute as a maid. Since the original product is so good looking, whatever she wears looks good on her. I can say confidently that Sumire would be instantly popular if she worked at a maid cafe. I'm just worried she might take off with a guy that can feed her more than I can. What should I do? The maid cafe on the flyer is on my way home. My boss would probably be annoyed if he heard I didn't go. But I know that Sumire is at home waiting for me. I had a chance to leave early, so I should take advantage of this to get back to Sumire. Lately, she seems more and more concerned about my well-being. With these thoughts swimming around in my head, I suddenly noticed my phone buzzing with a message notification. My boss, have fun at the maid cafe. Oh, sheesh. Now I really have no choice. Forgive me, Sumire. I start to feel like a married man who's sneaking off to a gentleman's club with his work buddies. Not that I've ever been to a place like that. If I see a maid like one of the girls from a club like that, I'm sure my next shift at work will be spent lost in daydream. Musing about what kind of daydreaming I could get away with, I poke my head into the cafe. So, this is it. From the view of the entrance, it looks like a normal cafe restaurant. The only unusual part is the fact that maids are walking around serving the customers. Here we go. Preparing myself mentally and emotionally, I step inside. Welcome home, Master. Greeted by a soft, coaxing voice, I'm a little startled. Why am I incredibly embarrassed? At this point, I really want to get out of here. Can I use this coupon? Yes, of course. Let me show you to your seat. Okay. I'm completely caught up in her pace. There are quite a few maid cafes like this in Akihabara. Seeing the staff dressed as maids and handing out flyers on the street is an everyday sight. but I can't help feeling like I'm getting special treatment when a girl in an actual maid costume is calling me master. I think I'm starting to understand my manager's slight obsession with this place. I sit down and listen to the waitress's explanation of the menu. On the menu, there's food like an omelet with rice and stew, whereas drinks are stuff like coffee and tea. It looks like you can get light meals here as well. Plus, I can supposedly choose to eat with whoever I designate as my favorite maid. This is your first time here, Master, so please try the free course instead of designating a maid. My recommendation is the omelet with rice. Omelet rice is awesome. I mean, that's actually my favorite meal to make at home. I see how this works. I check the price of the free maid course along with an omelet on rice. Ooh, that ain't cheap. Whoa, this is way too expensive. Why is an omelet with rice suddenly the same price as a steak? No, it must be the free maid course that's so pricey. I'd heard that maid cafes can be high priced, but this is ridiculous. I'll give up on the idea of free maid course and an omelet with rice and just get a drink instead. Huh? A maid steps into the hall from the back. In appearance, she is clearly superior to the other waitresses. With a smile on her face, she merrily assists the customers. Something tells me I know her face. What am I saying? Of course I do.
ご注文はお決まりですか、ご主人様?
Unlike the other girl, she doesn't have an apologetic tone or attitude. It's none other than Sumire. With those clothes and that attitude, she's a totally different Sumire. That girl just started working here recently. She's so cute and has become Miss Popular almost instantly. Is that so? Precisely as my boss had kindly explained to me. Huh, so the girl my boss was talking about is actually Sumire. Honestly, she's more of a destructive force than I'd ever imagined. I can say for sure that if I'd gotten customer service like that before I'd known her, I would be her fan too. Sumire-chan, can I order? Despite having complained about the difficulty of working in a maid costume, she swirls around the cafe in what seems to be perfect comfort. Sumire-chan, I'm looking forward to your drawing performance. After her announcement, Sumire breaks into a dance, swooshing in the skirt of her maid costume. In her hand is a bottle of ketchup. I suppose that customer ordered a picture drawn on his omelet. Sumire can really do that? The eyes of almost all the men in the cafe are focused exclusively on Sumire. Even at the sight of her smile, the calls of her fans spread throughout the cafe. She's like a pop idol. She's the same old Sumire, but somehow completely different. What is this strange feeling? As I grapple the complicated emotions regarding this new Sumire, I see her start to head in my direction. I wouldn't want to actually bother somebody at work. I mean, that wouldn't be my choice normally. I'd let people work if they were working. Oh no, that's load. What the heck, save? That's on save. Let's just watch. Let her work. Now that I think of it, to learn about the world is also one of the goals of Sumire's training. Knowing Sumire, she wouldn't just start a job half-heartedly. I'm sure this is her way of working hard in order to become a full-fledged ninja. I probably shouldn't interfere. Master, is something wrong? Oh, it's nothing. Wait, I know. You want to choose Sumire as your designated maid. What? No, that's not it at all. It's alright, there are plenty of masters who come here to meet Sumire. What exactly is alright about this? I didn't know Sumire had gotten a part-time job, and she also has no idea she's been busted. Considering this, bumping into each other here would be awkward at best. Let's see, I'll put down Sumire as one of your choices. Oh no, Master, I'm sorry, but this isn't your lucky day. It looks like she's fully booked today. It's because she's so darn cute. Oh, really? I can't decide whether I'm relieved or disappointed. What is this weird sensation? I feel as if Sumire is a distant stranger, and I can't suppress the tightness in my chest. Fully booked, huh? Well, go figure. Just look at her. I thought any clothes would suit her, but now I realize I prefer how Sumire looks in Japanese clothes. As a maid, she appears more girly than usual, and has a healthy glow as she goes about cheerfully helping customers. Perhaps it's the skirt, but it almost seems as she's floating around. If that kind of maid really existed, I'm sure she'd be forgiven. No matter how clumsy. What? I'm sure she'd be forgiven, not matter how clumsy. Okay, well, whatever. If she finds out I'm staring at her, how will she react? It'd be wrong of me to rain on her parade and ruin all her hard work here. I should go home and prepare a delicious meal for her. Making a sudden decision, I turned to the maid who'd guided me to my seat. I'm sorry, I just remembered something I've got to do. I'll see you next time. Oh, really? What about your reservation with Sumire? If you have time, she's free from 1 p.m. the day after tomorrow. No, it's okay. Are you sure? We hope to see you again soon, Master. We promise you only the best service. Thanks. Oppressed by the sudden crush of maids crowding me, I hurriedly escape outside while avoiding being noticed by Sumire. I can't help feeling a bit regretful as I'm getting dinner ready. She hadn't realized I was there. I could have stayed and fully enjoyed the sight of Sumire in her maid costume. Why had I chosen to run home instead? I missed a good opportunity. No, I would have just gotten in the way. Plus, an acquaintance going there as a customer is pretty embarrassing in the first place. Let's just say I made the right decision. But still, I don't remember Sumire being that cute. No, I've known she's cute since the night I met her, but her new outfit really changed everything. I can't get Sumire out of my head. I practically faint imagining myself being called master by Sumire when she's dressed as a maid. Sumire? You're home early. No, it's not that. Well, I've been suffering in mental agony imagining you as a maid. Yeah, right. I'll die before I admit that. My boss let me off. He was concerned I'd been working too hard. Anyways, go wash your hands and freshen up. Dinner's practically done. I almost forgot. If you got any laundry, put it out. I'll wash it later with everything else. The weather is supposed to be bad tomorrow. Those maid dresses don't look like they'll dry easily. You should wash it as soon as possible. Oh yeah, don't maid clothes normally go to the dry cleaners? All that's left is your shirt and apron, right? Uh-oh. Oh crap. Here I'd been discussing the laundry completely oblivious. Sumire is pointing a trembling finger in my direction. Calm down, okay? Whoa, Miss Sumire. Is that your throwing knife I see you taking out right now? I think it suits you. I mean, you look really cute in my opinion. Today, on the way home. Seems I only dug myself in deeper. Gripping her knife, Sumire inches closer and closer. But then, when we're face to face, she suddenly drops her arms and hangs her shoulders dejectedly. What?
こんなんじゃ一人前の忍者になんてなれない。
Stop being so pessimistic. Come on, dinner first. Saying this, I lightly push Sumire towards the table. Still silent, Sumire doesn't answer. The bowl of rice, which would normally be getting a refill at this point, is still only half eaten. Why'd you start a part-time job? It must be part of your training, right?
修行？
You know, the ninja training? That's why you came to the city, isn't it?
ああ、うん、そうだけど、お仕事はちょっと別の理由があって。
A different reason? Outside of training, what other reason could a ninja have for being a maid at a maid cafe? No way. No way, it's just because the clothes are cute, right?
あのね、なんて言ったらいいのかな。
Don't go out of your way, okay? I'm not your father or your big brother, Sumire. Some things are just hard to explain.
そういうわけじゃないよ。ただちょっと恥ずかしくて。
Embarrassing? What is? You mean your maid uniform? If she's embarrassed about that while working, I doubt she'll be dancing around so energetically at that maid cafe.
あの服は好きだよ。いつもの装束とは違ってて楽しいし、みんなも可愛いって褒めてくれるし。
Oh, then what?
食費。
Huh?
私、こうやって居候させてもらってたけど、そのせいで主様がお金を稼ぐために大変になってるでしょ。私、普通の女の子より少しだけたくさん食べるし。
A little more. I feel there's a lot of room for argument regarding that statement, but I never imagined Sumire was worried about my financial situation. While it's true I'm struggling financially, I've tried to keep it on the DL. How'd you find out? I can handle the food budget. I'm the one who invited you to stay here anyway.
そういうわけにはいかないよ。恩ばっかり受けてたらいつまでも一人前になれないから。
You're absolutely right. Sumire leans towards me in her chair. Her eyes tell me she is dead serious. If that's why, then I've got nothing to say. But why a maid cafe? There are plenty of other jobs out there.
街を歩いてたらいっぱい声をかけられた。
Offers? Was she scouted as a model or something?
なんだっけ、ソフトサービスのお店だから安心して働けるよって言ってたかな。男の人を気持ちよくする仕事なんだって。
Don't trust them.
そうなの？すごくいい人だったよ。ご飯も食べさせてくれたし。
You went off with him? You didn't sign any contracts with him, did you?
もう今のお店で働くつもりだったからお断りしたよ。
So you just got a free lunch out of it. You're a bold one, aren't you? But why did you choose a maid cafe exactly?
ほら、ポケットティッシュに入ってた求人チラシあったでしょ。あれを見てここで働かせてもらおうって決めたの。
Oh yeah. There was that. It had disappeared before I'd even realized. I thought I'd thrown it out. A sudden doubt arises in my mind. Hey, you must have had an interview, so what did you wear?
もちろんこのままだよ。他の服なんて持ってないし。
Exactly as I thought. They were probably surprised to see a girl dressed as a ninja applying for a job.
別にそんなことなかったよ。この衣装可愛いって言ってくれたもん。
Oh. What am I saying? It's a maid cafe. A lot of girls who came for interviews are no doubt cosplayers anyway. They must have thought Sumire's getup was just a well-made costume.
主様、私が勝手に働き始めたこと怒ってたりしない？
Angry? Why would I?
だってずっと難しそうな顔してるから。
Oh, no, I'm not angry. I promise. The truth is, I feel ashamed having made Sumire worry about money. Sorry I made you worry.
そんな、謝るのは私の方だよ。私のせいでお仕事を増やして、主様に無理をさせちゃって。私、 これからちゃんと頑張るから、ご飯も食べる量を減らすから。
You can't do that. Don't forget what you told me. You have to eat well.
そうだけど。
Of course, you can work at a maid cafe, Sumire, but I won't let you restrict what you eat. A well-fed Sumire is my favorite Sumire. Oh boy, I have a feeling that was really cheesy, but that's not how I meant it. So, is your job fun? Trying to change the subject, I asked her about her job.
楽しいよ。みんないい人だし、いろんなことを教えてくれるし。オムライスに絵を描くんだけど、私の絵がすごくうまいって評判もいいの。
You don't say.
ちなみに、これが私の描いたケチャップ絵描き。店長が写真に撮ってくれたの。
It's one of those old Polaroid camera photos. Peering at the photo, I see a ketchup drawing on an omelet that resembles some work of art painted in sumi ink. That's ridiculously good. I can't deny that being able to see that ketchup art in Sumire in her maid costume may just be worth it. I totally get why she's Miss Popular at the cafe. Huh? Somehow it still makes me feel uncomfortable. I can't help having mixed feelings when I envision Sumire calling another man master. Of course, I'm not Sumire's boyfriend. I've got no right to say anything.
主様、また難しい顔してるよ。
What? Oh, sorry.
主様が何を心配してるのかちょっとわかる。でも心配しないで。
Huh?
お仕事ではたくさんのご主人様に会うけど、私の主様は主様だけだから。
Sumire states this while looking earnestly at me, almost as if she read my mind.
それに私が使いたいって思うのは主様だけだよ。
Okay. Sumire then let loose one of the biggest and most beaming smiles I've ever seen on her face. After hearing that, I blush in embarrassment. Avoiding her gaze, I wait for her next words.
それにね、まかない料理っていうのがあるんだけど、それがとっても美味しいの。
That's nice. Food is always the most crucial thing in the end.
あとはお客さんとか一緒に働いてる子がお菓子をくれるし、いい職場なの。でもやっぱり私は主様のご飯が一番好きだよ。
Sumire smiles cheerfully at me. Shucks. Sumire's new job will likely be a valuable experience for her. Anyway, she wants to do it, and I have no reason to stop her. I'll just let her do what she wants unless I notice her start to get sick or something.
それじゃあ改めていただき。
It seems like Sumire was able to relieve some of her doubts talking to me as well. Sumire digs in again and easily empties the rice cooker.
そうだ、主様。ちょっとお仕事の練習させてくれないかな。
Sumire suddenly blurts this out after we've had dinner and each taken a bath. Just as I was thinking of watching TV a little and eventually heading to bed, Sumire turns her grinning face to me. By work, you mean the maid thing?
いつもは主様がいないところでこっそり練習してたんだけど、もうバレちゃったし。
I guess I don't mind, but what about your ninja training?
それはそれ、これはこれ。お仕事なんだからちゃんとやらないとでしょ。
Absolutely, but is this really okay for her as a ninja?
主様はお客さんね。私がお店のメイドさんをやるから。
Roleplay practice, huh? Got it. Sure, I'll help. A standard approach to learning customer service. I've done my fair share of part-time jobs, and I have confidence in doing roleplays like this. Alright, excuse me, a table for one.
おかえりなさいませ、ご主人様。1名様ですね。ご指名のメイドはいますか？
No, today is my first time here.
かしこまりました。それでは当店のシステムについて説明させていただきます。
Whoa, what is this weird sensation? It's Sumire, but not Sumire at the same time. Actually, she's great at customer service. There aren't many jobs that can bring an inexperienced newcomer to this level in so little time.
ご主人様、お疲れでしょ。お紅茶になさいますか。本日はコーヒーもよりすぐりの豆をご用意しておりますが。
After going through her explanation, Sumire leans forward to listen to my order. There's some space between us, but our faces are so close, and I can feel my heart speeding up. Oh, really? Then I'll take a coffee.
かしこまりました。少々お待ちくださいませ、ご主人様。
I watch Sumire run off to the kitchen. She may be dressed as a ninja, but I can practically see her in her maid outfit even now. She must have practiced hard. She's not the Sumire I used to know, with little or no common sense. She's become a hard-working maid cafe employee. She's a serious girl at heart, so it makes sense she's a hard worker. A quick learner, too. I'm sure the cafe feels lucky to have her. I bet Sumire could get used to my job pretty quick, too.
お待たせしました。すみれ特製コーヒーで。
I've been impressed for about 1 second, until Sumire, with the cup of coffee on a tray, tripped over thin air. Just like that, the coffee ended up poured all over my head. That's hot!
申し訳ありません。すぐに冷やしますので。
I have a bad feeling about this.
忍法、水遁の術、ちょっと弱め。
The help! That's freezing! Now, freezing water appears out of nowhere and is dumped all over me. Not with quite as much ferocity as when she'd put out the fire in the park, but still. I'm completely soaked.
申し訳ありません。またやっちゃいました。
Now it all makes sense. Sumire is an earnest, quick learner, but she has one big fault. You're a little clumsy, aren't you, Sumire?
ごめんなさい、主様。
Sumire is in so much shock from her clumsy move that she's back to her real self. Wait a minute. When you say you did it again, you can't mean that at work.
たまによくやるかも。
Does that even make sense? If you do it all the time, that's not sometimes, is it? Don't you get in trouble? I'm sure your coworkers can help you out, but what about your boss and the customers?
お客さんも店長もみんな笑って許してくれるの。そういうキャラ？だからもっとやっていいって。
That's a new level of tolerance, I guess.
私は失敗なんてしたくないのに。
I think I get it now. The other part of why Sumire is so popular. Sumire, who looks perfect and seems to be a hard worker, yet continues to make clumsy mistakes. There's a certain group of people who may find that gap attractive.
よーし、今度こそ失敗しないようにしないと。主様、もう一回お願い。
Again? I get how she's all gung-ho about this, but can't I shower first? I'm soaked and I'll catch a cold as is. But first, there's just one thing I've got to make clear. Sumire, I've got a favor to ask.
どうしたの？
No more ninja skills in the house. Thank God it was just her water jutsu. I don't even want to think about what would happen with fire jutsu.
わかった。次からは桶で水を持ってくるよ。
There's no barrel in my house. No, that's not my point. Just forget it. I can't be bothered to explain at this point. For now, I head to the bathroom to warm up my chilled body and wash off the coffee that's staining my head. It's been a while since Sumire started her job. Thanks to that and all the housework, she's become much better at washing dishes and cleaning up. Recently, she's been waking up at the same time as me in the morning and helping me out with the housework. Even today, she managed to finish a few light chores before work. Now I'm at home after work and Sumire isn't here. Since we're both working now, we miss each other more often. That doesn't mean we're growing apart. Actually, I think we've never been closer. I'd like to feed her some delicious food every once in a while. While I try to get dinner ready before Sumire's home, I look over one of the neighbor's supermarket flyers in a spare moment. Meat. Looks like there's a sale on some pretty high-quality meat from today. I wonder what to do. Thanks to our dual income, it's clear we finally have some leeway in our household budget. Unlike before, we're not living in fear, paycheck to paycheck. The original source of all this hardship was Sumire, but she's also the one who found a solution. The least I can do is treat her to a nice meal to show my gratitude. I wonder if Sumire will like this kind of meat. She may eat like a horse, but her main diet is rice. It's my impression that she doesn't go out of her way to eat meat or fish. Maybe it's the influence of her dietary habits as a ninja. Plus, I've read online that ninjas avoid eating foods that might give them a strong body odor. Well, it's possible that Sumire just feels the most full and satisfied after eating rice. Watching Sumire when she eats, I can't help but get that impression. She's perfectly happy having meat or fish on the side. That being said, I know she still cares about flavor and appearance. After all, she said not too long ago that she knows exactly how my food tastes. Oh. Thinking again about what food Sumire might like, I feel my pocket begin to vibrate. Hello? I apologize for the sudden call. Am I speaking with Sumire's guardian? Yes? I'm not her guardian, but the fact that someone is calling about Sumire might mean it's from the cafe, right? They're incredibly polite, so I assume it's one of the managers. Or could it be someone calling from the hospital about an accident? Did something happen to Sumire? No, I'm the manager where Sumire is working. Then, did she cause some trouble with a customer? No, it's not that. Whew. Sumire is a great worker. The customers really love her. I guess she really is trying her best there. She can be clumsy at times, but that's part of why she's so popular. I see. I'm sorry for the trouble. In that case, what's the reason for your call? Actually. I can't hold back a sigh. Ever since that phone call ended, I've already let slip countless sighs. This is all my fault. To sum up the call from the maid cafe's manager, Sumire has a stalker, basically. What would I do if something happened to Sumire? At first he believed it was someone she knew personally, but that wasn't the case. He called me out of worry that she might be in danger. Sumire hasn't said a word of this to me. So, she's under a lot of strain. That's what the manager's impression is, anyway. I've lived with Sumire for a while now, and even I've never noticed whether she was stressed out or not. I can tell this manager is used to looking out for his staff. I knew she had fans, but Sumire is a ninja. Her clothes are no costume. They're real. She has a physical ability so incredible, I don't even want to think about what might happen to a guy who tries to tangle with her. She can always use her ninja skills if she's in a pinch. But she's still a young woman. Even more, she's a naive girl from the country who's never experienced living in a big city before. I hope she doesn't get traumatized. No matter how strong you are, something can still be scary. I bet even the world's strongest female pro wrestler would be creeped out if a strange man was following her around. I knew I shouldn't have let her go get a part-time job. The more I think about it, the more I blame myself for all this. No, that was the best option at the time. There's still no doubt about it was benefiting Sumire as well. It's Sumire's voice who saves me from my downward spiral of guilt. Welcome home. Sumire tilts her head and asks me curiously. She seems like the same old Sumire. I don't see the slightest indication that she's stressed.
どうしたの？主様、そんなに見つめられると恥ずかしいよ。
Oh, my bad. Come on, let's eat.
ね、今日の夕食は何？
We're having a stir fry and rice. You like that, right, Sumire?
それは楽しみ。手を洗ってくるね。一仕事終えた後のご飯って最高だよね。
Work, huh? Sumire, how's your work lately? Are you still having fun?
楽しいけど、なんでそんなこと聞くの？
No reason.
変な主様。
She doesn't seem any different. It doesn't appear as if she's trying to suppress feelings of fear or unease either. As soon as that thought pops into my head, I notice a difference in Sumire. Huh? Sumire, come here.
何？いや、ちょっと、主様、どうしたの？
Drawing close, I peer at a shadowed spot on Sumire's thigh. What's this supposed to... Huh? Looking up at Sumire from a crouch chop makes a direct hit with my face.
急に太もも触ったり、覗き込むとかダメ。何考えてるの？
Don't kill me. I just heard the sound of my skull cracking. No, Sumire is completely right, of course. She must have pulled her punch because I'm her master, but it was still a powerful hit. More importantly, there's something I need to check. Standing up, rubbing my nose, and point at Sumire's thigh. Sumire is... What is that bruise from?
あざ？あ、やっぱり、あの時。
When what? Sumire's voice has turned incredibly cold. What could have happened?
あ、そうそう、ちょっと仕事中に転んじゃって。多分その時にできたあざだよ。
Really?
本当だって間違いないと思う。
It's so obvious. Sumire, you're not a good liar. Her expression is practically screaming, I'm hiding something. As a ninja, this might be a slight hindrance.
さあ、早く晩ご飯食べよう。私お腹空いちゃった。
Sumire yells this as she escapes to the bathroom sink to wash up. For all I know, there's probably some dangerous training to become a real ninja, but this is different. Also, there's that call I received from Sumire's boss. There's a limit to what I can do to help her. But if there's a way I can solve this, I want to help her, especially since we're living together. I wonder what I can do as I watch Sumire slip into the bathroom. Okay, be careful. I'll make sure all the housework gets done. I send Sumire off with these words. Once I see Sumire's figure disappear from sight, I also leave home. Now, what's she gonna do? Yesterday, Sumire was clearly acting strange. If she's mixed up in some sketchy business, I want to help her. I want to help her rely on me. Or I want her to rely on me. I feel a bit guilty telling her, but I don't care if she gets pissed at me. I'm worried about Sumire. The cafe manager called me her guardian after all, so what's wrong with being worried? Still, I can't ignore that Sumire is a ninja. If I'm actually trying to tail her, I'll be busted in no time flat. Whatever, who cares if she notices? I just need to find out what's going on. Even if I'm caught red-handed, I might be able to figure something out from her reaction. I knew I'd never keep up with a ninja. At first, I managed to tail her while maintaining a reasonable distance. But the second we hit empty streets, Sumire jumps lightly onto a rooftop and takes off. From that point on, I'm left in the dust, and I give up tailing her right as my body is about to give out on me. She may be onto me already, but that's nothing to be concerned about. I was way too ambitious thinking I could keep up with her in the first place. I'm positive she's headed to work anyways. Considering her route and the fact that Akihabara is close by, I'm confident about that at least. I feel at ease knowing she's on her way to the cafe. Knowing what type of cafe it is, there's doubtless some security and staff safety systems in place. I can tell the manager's a good guy, too. I'm already here, so I might as well check out what's going on at the cafe. What's going on over there? Even though I'd rushed downtown, there's already a mob of people ahead of me. If I go around that way, it'll take forever. I wonder if there's any way I can push through the crowd when I hear someone talking. There's some trouble out there between a fan and a cosplayer. I can't believe anyone would try to grope a cosplayer like that. I can't agree more. Anyway, I've got more important things to worry about, like how to get to the cafe where Sumire works. If I just scoot around the edge of the crowd, I should be able to make it to the other side. Then, just when I start to move forward... Out of the corner of my eye, I see a very familiar girl standing there. No way, I think, could the one in the middle of that crowd of onlookers be Sumire? An unfamiliar man is pressing closer to Sumire. From the second I realize it's her, my body acts on its own accord. I drive a wedge through the onlookers and jump in the middle. Hey, what do you think you're doing? I step in between the two of them and grab the suspicious man's arm. Get out of my way. He easily throws me off and tosses me to the ground. Huh? Stay where you are, commoner. Ninja art. Ninja art? Does that mean this man's another ninja? Crap. Struggling to my feet, I lunge at the man once again. I don't know what he's trying to do to Sumire, but I can tell he's not going to stand here and have a calm discussion with me. It's clear he's out to harm Sumire. Imagine the danger if he tries to use fire jutsu. Sumire may be a ninja, but she's still flesh and blood. Yeah, you're a persistent one. I try to resist, but I'm slowly pushed down again. This man likely trains daily. His strength is unflagging. I'm thrown down to the ground on my back, hitting hard. I can feel all of the air rush out of my lungs. Not only was my back slammed into the ground, but I feel a sharp pain in my wrist as well. This is bad. It might be broken. Sumire sends a blast of fire in the man's direction. It heads straight for him, a direct hit. Is she trying to get all those innocent bystanders involved? There's a huge crowd of people standing behind the man. If he dodges the flame, all those poor people will be hit. Sumire! The normal Sumire would never involve innocents in something like this. Coming back to her senses, Sumire puts out the flames, then grabs her throwing knife instead. Disaster has been avoided for now, but the situation still isn't in our favor. So, you hesitate. Now it's my turn. Secret ninja art. Water dragon jutsu. What? A pillar of water far greater than Sumire's fire jutsu looms up and rushes towards her. Okay, why don't we stop it there? This is audap. You've been watching NinNinDays on Nintendo Switch. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.